you got to really talk right into these things.
I know it's not the most conducive. This is sorry, we're recording. This is the gag on this podcast. I am Nick. That you heard gagging in the background was Joron.
What's up?
What's up? We can always like turn the thing on. Maybe that would make it to where you don't have to eat your mic. Maybe no.
It's all good.
I know that's why I just hold it.
Hold it. There we go.
Hold up.
That's even better.
Hey. So yeah, the audience should know I've been here since 8:30
ish.
It is now 9:50.
That's all right. We were getting things ironed out.
We were having a great time. Is what we were doing.
Well, I was introducing you to some.
I could tell you're so hesitant too. You're like,
some racy stuff. I was introducing you to some racy stuff, some racy audio stuff.
Yeah,
weirdos out there. That and we've been. What's this podcast number 5?
Yeah, number 5.
Yeah, so we were just ironing out some of the bugs and trying to streamline. That's all.
Yeah,
it's all good.
We were actually having a lot of fun. Other than the show, I found out for the audience members how to play songs and YouTube videos through the computer so you guys can hear it.
Yay!
Yeah, and I'm hoping that I was telling Joron I kind of want to do one show where we watch our graduation show.
Oh, I can't wait for that. That's going to be good stuff.
Have you rewatched it?
Not recently.
Okay, so I did. And I think the funniest part is the beginning. There's nothing for the audience to hear. It's just Becky introducing me and then it taking 15 seconds for me to walk my happy ass up there. So you just see her be like, and here's Nick Johnson. And then all of a sudden, then I'm in the photo. And it's like, oh, there he is. Like, it took me days to walk up there. Oh, and I waddle.
And I waddle, he says. Well, you were doing duck jokes.
That's true. All right, so since we plugged it, now we have to really talk about we have to do a show.
All right.
On the graduation. Yeah. It's cringeworthy, dude. It is cringeworthy.
Yeah. And just so there go my hopes and dreams of being able to get on a bill at some point. Thank you.
Well, hopefully we've progressed since then.
Think so?
You have, maybe. I don't know. Not me.
You got to get out there, man.
I know. And I've been... Yeah. I know. If the open mic for Blacktop was a different day... By the way, we're not recording at Blacktop.
No, undisclosed location.
Yeah, we're coming from a bunker somewhere in the Nevada hills.
Yes. The cave. The aforementioned cave.
Yes, where you don't watch movies.
That's right. Well, I don't have cable.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, this whole... Yeah.
You call my house a hole now.
Hole with a W.
Gotcha.
With a W. Sorry, audience. I was tugging on something. I was like, why isn't it pulling up?
Put that away.
So I did. This is probably going to be more of a serious show, I think.
Well, all right. That's not very funny.
Well, I mean, we could definitely make fun of ourselves. We are sans Portuguese Papa.
Yep.
That's my name. I posted on Facebook. I tagged Robin something, and I was like, "You're my Portuguese Papa." Nice. So I think that's what we have to call him.
All right.
And
he's got kid duty.
Yeah, which doesn't really make it seem like he's having fun to call it duty.
Duty.
Yeah.
He said duty.
He did say duty, didn't he? Look at that. We're mid-30s, and we still like duty jokes.
Or older.
Or older?
Or older.
Aren't you my age?
Plus 10.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's true.
Oh, so you're 28?
Yes. Yes, I am. Son of a...
Oh.
Text messages.
Thank God you don't have a notification set, because that is still plugged into the board.
Oh, well, I turned the audio off. That would have been a good one for you to hear.
That would have been hilarious. All right. So, I guess it doesn't have to be serious. I'm just curious. For those of you that don't know, I went for a sit-down with somebody from a radio station. And it was very enlightening and very good. Is it a bad text?
No.
Oh, I was going to say your face is like...
Oh, I was listening to you.
Oh, okay.
Very enlightening.
But this brought up a good point because, I know you are, you're cutting down your hours. You're going out for more auditions. You're going for more open mics and stuff. So you're making sacrifices to sort of fulfill your dream.
Yeah, I mean, I am willing to not work and put my family in jeopardy of possibly being homeless in order to pursue my goals and dreams. Absolutely.
Yeah, not selfish at all.
No.
But, I mean, it's not that serious, right?
Not yet.
Not yet?
No. Money's got to roll in, and then it'll be okay.
But you're still at the point where if you needed more money...
we have a good economy right now, so I didn't decide to leave my job without a great deal of thought about it, and knowing that if things didn't pan out, which I don't expect to happen, the not panning out. I think it will pan out.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That there are plenty of opportunities in our economy right now, so, it'd take me a day to go find another job, or I could just go crawling back and say, hey, I need some more work, and they'd give it to me.
Yeah, you're a hot commodity. Joron. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I felt bad because I corrected him.
That's all right. No,
you said your name.
He should have felt bad.
Yeah,
I've been working with him for months. He should know.
Oh my God. But so the reason I brought up the sacrifices and all that is, it sounded like he wanted me to possibly do voice tracks at some time. And I only got that because when he introduced me to the promotions dude, the promotions guy even looked at him and was like, but it sounds like you have other ideas for him. And he brought me in. He did something that, in case you ever go for an interview at a radio station, this rarely happens, so it's a good thing. He introduced me to the other DJs, introduced me to the head guy, introduced me to pretty much everybody. Except Joron. I never met Joron.
Who's that?
I don't know. I'm assuming some Swedish guy.
Yeah. Sounds like a mass murderer.
So, we did that, but I'm afraid because essentially I got offered a promotions job. Now, on the one hand, I know you got to work your way up. I've done the promotions thing. But on the other hand, I don't know if it would indeed, in fact, lead to something else. Does that make sense?
Sure. You got to take a leap of faith.
And that's what I'm sort of on the fence about. And my fiance, she brought up a good point. I was talking about, hey, there would be some sacrifices because when I worked for the other radio station doing promotions, it was very much I had no evenings. It was like I did 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. at my regular job, went straight there to promotions, worked till about 8 p.m., came home. So, it was I didn't have Saturdays. So there would be that sacrifice. But she made a good point in the sense that she was like, look, we struggle as it is. It's going to be extra money. But wouldn't you rather struggle in a job that you like versus a job that you don't like? Which is a valid point.
Absolutely.
So I'm torn.
Right.
I mean, what would you do in this situation? I'm curious.
Would you rather be miserable and have all kinds of toys or happy and homeless?
I'm not going to lie, I'm miserable with a lot of toys.
Yeah? Even though the toys don't make you happy.
I know. It sucks. It's tough. It's very tough.
No.
But at the same time, he really pushed like I would possibly do voice tracks. So that's sort of what I'm hanging my hat on. That's in the future.
Well, you got his attention, and he reached out to you to make the meeting.
Yeah.
So it sounds like he has plans or desires and is just waiting for an opportunity to open. So I think what he's saying is promotions probably isn't all that great. It's probably going to be sucky, but it'll at least get you in the door. And then as soon as something comes open, they have a tendency to hire from within a lot faster than they do from without. So in that instance, someone would open up and he'd go, hey, this is opening up. And he'd be like, I want it. And he'd be like, all right, let's get this done. And in the meantime, they still got to talk to people outside, but they've already got their candidate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yeah. And then my other fear is, and I'll probably apply for the job anyways because promotions was still fun and it's extra money. My other fear would be I flat out told them I record for another station. It's free. I didn't tell the other station that I did that. Like, I did that behind their back because I'm sure it's probably conflict of interest type thing, even though they're not necessarily like you guys.
If you don't have a non-compete contract, then you don't even need to worry about it.
Really?
Did you sign something when you went to the other place that said that you couldn't work for another station? No, right? Then you're set. See, I used to work at a TV station, and I did have to sign one of those that said that if I decided to get out of the business with that station, that I had to wait like 8 months before I could go work for another station within 500 miles.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
It was a non-compete contract.
Now, you think I'd have to sign one?
No, I've
promotions?
never. That was years and years ago for a TV station.
Yeah.
I've never signed one for radio.
All right. Okay. All right. I feel like we should do just a random dick joke, just to sort of ease this, because I'm sure people are bored. I don't know any good dick jokes.
I'm at a loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Jose Hoseby thing. I'm sorry. That was great.
That was a little inside baseball.
Yeah.
My two cousins, they're firefighters. One's Jose, the other one's Hoseby.
Oh my god, it still gets me. Oh yeah, you guys missed out. So did Rob. Rob's not going to be here today.
Damn it, Rob.
Maybe next time. And then he can meet Earl. Where's Earl?
Earl's on the couch.
Oh, good old Earl.
Yeah.
Earl's such a cute dog.
The big dog on
no, he looks
on the leather couch.
There you go.
Talking about me?
Hey there. Okay, that's probably bad for the audience. What else was
we can do this. Watch this. Who's here? There's Earl saying hello.
What? You see something?
He's a guard dog.
He's a great dog, is what he is. Big ass Brendel.
Brindle Mastiff.
Yeah.
He will kick your ass.
All right. So yeah, I'll probably apply for that job and then go from there. I will say this. This undisclosed location you sometimes commute from, and it's intense.
Intense?
Dude, it is intense. Like you...
That's like fucking while you're camping.
Which I've done.
It's intense.
Yeah. That so went over my head. And then I got it. Oh, my God. Oh, this is a great podcast so far. I'm digging it.
Yay.
Especially considering we just goofed around for like an hour and a half and did nothing. Well, I mean, we got productive.
We got stuff done.
Yeah, like we can play YouTube videos and music for you guys if you wanted. We'll take requests. Request line is open.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, 1-800-SUCK-IT-5. I was going to say, I think I'm missing a number there.
Suck-its.
Suck-its. I was trying to make gag on this 1-800, but that's too many. No,
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't do it.
No.
I can't do it. Okay, one thing I also wanted to bring up is I was talking with Rob, and it has to do with the comedy thing. And I remember watching... Sorry, Earl's just staring at us as he's scratching himself. He's loving it.
Putting his lipstick out. Put your lipstick away.
I wasn't going to say anything, but yeah, you brought it up, so his lipstick is coming out. I was talking with Rob, and one thing I was thinking about is not necessarily continuing the open mics, but possibly helping people out, like with their jokes. Like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn and be like, oh, I'm an amazing writer, but I feel it's easier for me to write for other people versus me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Because like when I write jokes, I try and be funny, but like with Rob, did I tell you the whole Rob thing with the Walmart and all that?
No.
Okay, so Rob did. First of all, he did the Tea House open mic. Remember you took a picture of it on my phone, the one with Frank the Tank at a tea house. It was rush hour open mic. Frank the Tank, for those
I wasn't there.
He's Asian. No, but you took a picture of it.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, yeah.
All right. So he did that, and then he was doing another open mic after that. Ooh.
Earl wanted to put his 2 cents in there.
Yeah.
Thanks, Earl.
Earl, you hate Asians? Is that what I'm hearing? Oh, I had a joke right there, and I was like, shit, I wanted to say it so bad, but you can probably make the assumption, considering I was talking about Asians and Earl's a dog. So, getting back to the non-racist talk.
Good stuff.
So what he said was he was on his way to an open mic and he had to take a shit, and he was shitting in a Walmart bathroom, and he's like, things aren't good when you're taking a shit in a Walmart bathroom. And I was like, you should use that on stage. I was like, you can be like, say something to the effect of like, look, it doesn't matter if I bomb. Bombing on here is a lot better than where I was 30 minutes, which was taking a huge dump in a Walmart bathroom, and then talk about, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, that's great, I'm going to use it. I don't know if he did or not. But that came a lot easier than if I were to sit down and have a premise of Walmart bathroom. Oh, does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Like it just came...
Spur of the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. And I get that sometimes too, but I don't like when I go to an open mic and I'll see people and they're doing their material. They might have a joke that's killer, but then I think like for a tag or maybe if you tweak this or it could take it to another level. But I never, they agree. I never say anything because I just feel like that's rude. It's like, who the fuck are you to talk to me about my stuff? I mean, I wouldn't, if somebody came up and said something like that to me, I'd be like, oh yeah, good point. But it just seems like rude to do it to somebody else.
I'm glad I'm not the only one because, I would think it would, when I say it to myself, like I want to go up to this person and tell them, I think it would come across as like, hey, your joke was good, but I know something better kind of thing. And I don't know if that's just my neuroses and insecurity. Because you and I are both neurotic. I mean,
a little bit.
Just a scotch. I don't know. That's a good question. But yeah, and then I was telling somebody that, and one person was just like, yeah, that's the one person at work that knows what I do outside of work. They were like, yeah, it just sounds like a cop-out. Like you don't want to get up on stage. And I was kind of wrestling with that, like,
Yeah, well, there's a great deal of anxiety involved. Yeah. At least for me and to most of the other people that I speak to. I mean, you get this intense adrenaline rush and self-doubt and sweaty and, worried. And with few exceptions, that's how I see every comic go up on stage. And then even with the exceptions, I bet they're still feeling that. They just have enough experience to bury it.
Yeah, and I wonder if it comes with a lot of practicing the same routine over and over.
Yeah, as somebody who's starting out doing stand-up comedy.
God, Adobe's doing it again. I don't think it recorded anything you just said.
Do you have a antivirus software running?
Norton runs in the background always.
That's what it's doing. It's probably doing a...
I wonder if I could turn that off.
You can put it on pause.
Was that a chicken I just heard?
Yeah, we got chickens running around.
Huh. I didn't know if that was your notification or whatnot, but... yeah. So for that gook you probably just heard, even though on the last episode Joron assured me everything would play correctly.
Oh, I told you it didn't stop recording. That's all I said. I said it's still recording.
Yeah, it was garbled, which was good because he was talking about Nicole Eichenberg, and I think it cut out right when he was talking about some important stuff.
And then they got to the end and said, if it cut that all out, that's fine. So it worked out for him.
It did.
Yeah, no, it sounds like you have a processor power problem, and you have other programs that are popping up and using your power. That's what's causing you issues. You got to stop everything else in the background, man.
I have a processor power program
problem.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I keep you here for. You fill in my gaps.
Gaps.
Oh,
that's gross.
That was kind of gross.
Sounds kind of gay.
All right, and one other thing I had, and again, this will probably be the last of the seriousness, and then we can riff, do whatever. I got a couple jokes I kind of want to try, so maybe we can show the audience how we riff.
Actually, I have some things that need to be worked on, so I'll just pull that up so that they're ready to go.
Yeah.
Had these in the bag for months.
So I was talking to...
Why can't you swallow when your mouth is open? I guess kind of can.
The audience has probably just heard all that. Yeah, just so you know, audience, it's difficult. It is quite hard. So I was wondering at what point would someone... So I guess just this sit down with this dude like went me on some existential road that I did not plan on. Because I'm still in school, right? College. Mainly because I don't want to pay back student loans, and it makes my dad happy.
Professional student.
Yeah. And if I took when I apply and if I get the job for promotions, I'll probably stop going to school and just sort of focus on trying to get this radio thing going. Even though it doesn't pay a lot, I would rather be...
It does not pay a lot.
Well, considering I'm working for free right now recording, I'd rather get paid to voice track than, which sounds shitty. I like KZAP, don't get me wrong. Like I'm thankful for what they did, but just to get paid to do what I'm doing would be great.
Absolutely.
Like if you like digging ditches, you would prefer to get paid to do it. But I was thinking, like, what do you think is worse? Trying to achieve your goals and never achieving them, or achieving your goals and then failing? Because I think, and the reason I bring this up is one of my friends on Facebook, Trilby, she applied for the same job for 6 years, and then she finally got the job.
Perseverance pays off.
Yeah, and what sucks is I was that guy, like, hey, don't give up, blah, 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 blah. And then here I am talking about, should I give up? Should I, like, I can give advice, I guess. But what do you think is worse? Like, never having your dreams materialize and wondering if that could have happened? Or just
the what
failing?
ifs are always worse.
All right, and that's exactly my thinking, too. I'm like, I would rather try my dreams and fail than wonder, could I have gotten on air? So...
Yeah, because you could have been a step away and you just didn't make that last effort.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, if you accomplish your goals and then fail, well, the first part of that is you accomplish your goals. That just means you didn't set new goals afterwards. You got to continue.
Very Tony Robbins of you there. I like that.
You like that?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, yeah, I guess it's settled. I'll probably go home once I edit this and apply for the job.
The job.
The Bears, the Bulls, the Cubs, the Hawks. Right? Hawks? Yes.
Blackhawks?
Yeah, Chicago Blackhawks. Everything's Chicago.
They love Blackhawks in Chicago.
Do they?
Big Blackhawks.
I was about to say, Blackhawks are big out there.
They love the Blackhawks.
Yeah.
They get down on their knees for the Blackhawks out there in Chicago.
And they're not discriminatory either.
They love them great big Blackhawks.
They are pretty big, the Blackhawks. And one thing is the Blackhawks go all the way.
Yes, they do. They don't quit.
And the Blackhawks can get pretty rough.
And they know how to bring it. They're coming.
And, when they're coming, too.
Absolutely.
They let out a roar, those Blackhawks.
They do.
Yeah.
Blackhawks are in town. We're coming to see you and you.
I think they would speak with a Canadian accent.
Eh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
To our Canadian brethren. I don't know if Rob told you. We have a Canadian listener.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Canuck.
Yeah, I don't know what Rob does, but apparently he has customers.
Okay.
I'm assuming a sex worker.
Yes, absolutely.
He is Portuguese. They have linguiças.
Although, I don't know if he's the sex worker. He could be a pimp.
Oh. Ooh, the Portuguese pimp.
Yep.
Oh, shit. He's no longer the Portuguese Papa. He's the Portuguese pimp.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Only if I had Photoshop, I would Photoshop a crown on his picture. It would suck, though, because the only picture I have is of him and his kid. So it would just be a crown over his kid.
Kind of weird.
Oh, man.
Weird.
What was it? Oh, yeah. So he told one of his customers to listen. And this shows you how So you know how Canadians have this, there are, nice neighbor to the north.
Sure.
They're, The one thing she really liked was the fact that I said, I have a black friend, so I'm not racist. And then when he told me that, I was like, yes, that's great.
She's Canadian. She knows.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, me too.
It's like, oh, so we have something in common other than sharing a border.
Don't make me put up a wall.
And you know what we Sacramento and Canada have in common is we have a sex position that's in Urban Dictionary. It's the same thing. It's the Sacramento turtleneck, or what is it? Is it the Canadian maple log? I think it's the Canadian maple log. They're the same thing. And essentially what it is, audience members, take notes. You put syrup on your dick and you have sex with a woman with a hairy anus. And as you're pulling out, the syrup grabs the hair, so your dick then gets a turtleneck of hair.
No, thank you.
I'm just saying it exists.
Yeah, that's right.
So we have that in common. Not you and me. I'm saying Canada and Sacramento.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, so let's try some jokes. I'll go first because, like I said, I really haven't written too much.
Well, we were just talking about radio, which makes me wish that I would win the lottery. Like one of these multi-million, 100 million, $500 billion lottery would be even better. Because in radio, there's this thing, they're controlled by this thing called the FCC.
Yeah.
Which we don't have to worry about here on the fucking internet. But you can't use cuss words on the radio. And if I were to win $1 billion jackpot, I would go to work the next day. And I would drop every fucking shitball, cunt ass, motherfucking cocksucking swear word that I could. And then I just leave $350,000 on the counter and say, I'm out.
You think that's all it would cost? Is there a ceiling you can get, like on one show?
It's a $350,000 fine.
Per word?
No, per incident.
Oh, so if you have multiple words within one show, that show is one incident, though.
Well, if I did it like every 10 minutes, then if I did it all in one setting, it wouldn't happen for very long anyway. But
yeah,
I mean, you'd be blackballed and.
Ooh. Ghibli Jew. Say that? Holy shit, it recorded Ghibli Jew. So all that's going on is Adobe. So I wonder. Sorry, audience. We are going through some stuff, and we are trying to figure out if we can stop Norton from fucking my shit up because it is messing with the recording, as you heard with Ghibli Jew. L. We're at the L's, folks. M. Oh, almost at Norton right there. Yeah, I don't get it. It just runs shit in the background. It's weird. I'll just have to... Fuck. I need to get an external recorder. Because imagine that next Tuesday, we will have Jackie Pearl. I think it's Jackie, not Jacqui. It's spelled Jacqui.
Click, 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 click.
Yeah. So,
I don't think I've met her. It's a her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, complete mystery, okay? I tried Googling videos to post, to promote. I asked Nicole to give me some videos of her. She said she hit her up. I haven't heard any videos, but there's no videos on YouTube. The only video I could find...
It would be like if you were looking for me. Yeah, I don't have anything out there. Really. I've got to get organized enough to get all that stuff and start and building it. But the job that I've quit to go part-time to keeps pulling me back in like I'm part of the fucking mafia, and they won't let me leave, which is really ironic because I keep watching them fire people all around me, and then I keep trying to leave and they won't let me. They're like, no, we need you. You got to come back and do this. Oh, and then just kill one more.
One more. I wonder if I make it smaller, that will not make it mess up. What do you think?
That's what she said.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I made it smaller.
She got the extra stitch.
So let's see. Yeah. Well, and that's one thing, too, since you bring up the race. Oh, my God. This is going to be a very piss-poor episode because it just keeps messing up. It's recording now, so...
Let's try one more thing.
All right, so I'm just going to talk to myself now, audience. It's a touchscreen, by the way, so if you wanted to touch something. Yeah, sorry, that sounded gross.
Magic.
And we're back.
They didn't even know we were gone. We time warped them.
One thing that's funny is I had to send in another air check to the dude, and I found my very first air check ever. I wonder if it... No, it probably wouldn't. I was going to say, I have it on here. I wonder if I played it would pop up, but I doubt it.
I don't know.
I mean, I could try. It was so horrible, my first air check. So, for anybody I sent that to and you didn't hire me, good job, dude. That was good. Let's see, will it play? Doesn't look like it's going to play. No, that sucks. So what were we talking about before we hopped in the Wayback Machine?
Dropping F-bombs on the air.
Yeah, it's not picking it up. Oh, well, I closed out of it. I mean, we could try that. You want to try that? See if it works?
Yeah, you want to see that?
Yeah.
Let's try that.
Let's see. I think the speakers are in the back. I think.
We'll find them.
We will. I bet the audience is like, man, why don't they go back to talking about
riveting?
Talk about blackhawks.
They love the Blackhawks.
They do in Chicago. Chicago loves them.
Yeah, well, apparently our listeners love Blackhawks too. So
do they?
Get on them.
All right. I'll have to. I should hashtag that on our thing.
Hashtag Blackhawks.
Blackhawks. Nope. Nope.
Nothing.
It's spinning. Oh, what is it saying now?
It's saying you broke it.
Server execution failed. That's probably not beneficial.
No, that's not good.
Oh, my God. So, this is going to be one horrible. Wait. There it is.
You can also find us online, k-zap.org. Sacramento's K-Zap. My name is Nick J. I'm filling in for Scott Elliott. Thank you for joining me on this glorious morning. That was Marilyn Manson, God's Gonna Cut You Down. That was a great cover of Johnny Cash.
It's horrible. So fucking horrible.
You are in town on the 28th. It's going to be black tie optional for the Hard Hat Gala and fundraiser for Habitat for Humanity. They're going to be raising funds to build and repair dwellings for those in need for Sacramento and Yolo counties. Again, that's going to be April 28th at the Rail Yards. For more information, please visit habitat@greatercity.org. Here's Pearl Jam alive.
So, I'm telling you right now, if that's going to be how it is when we watch our first set, oh, man. That was
good.
bad.
That was good. That's good.
All right. One thing I found out that was pretty cool is the guy from Opie and Anthony. I don't know his last name.
I'm vaguely familiar with them. I know they do XM show, don't they?
Not anymore.
Oh. So that's how much I know.
He got fired for punching a black woman in the face and then calling her the N-word.
What did she do?
I think she punched him in the face as well.
First or second?
I think first, and he retaliated.
Then it was a visceral response, so, you know.
Yeah, but it was the tweets, I think, that got him.
Oh, he tweeted about it after.
Oh, yeah. He was dropping some N-bombs. He was dropping some hard R's, too. It wasn't an A. It wasn't a soft A. It was a hard R.
Gotcha.
Yeah. If you're wondering what that is, Google it.
Yo. Richards.
Yeah. Don't Google it at work, though. Do not Google it at work. Oh, yeah. He was dropping some hard R's. That's right.
Yeah, but there was, I guess there's a comedian out there. Maybe we were talking about it on this show. I don't recall. But I believe there's a comedian who said that he doesn't fault him for that because it was coming from a place, of comedy. He was
Patrice O'Neill.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, black guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Didn't fault him for it. Maybe not right, but...
He also didn't fault... who said nappy-headed hoe? Who was that guy?
Don Imus.
Yeah. He also didn't fault him because he was like, look, he just tried to joke. Like, he didn't mean it in an offensive way.
No, the people who got offended by that are the ones who are the racists. They're projecting their racism onto all of us.
Which is funny because even Patrice mentioned, he's like, the majority of people that are pissed are white people. White social justice warrior women. And he was like, why, if anything, black people should be offended, and most of us are not.
Well, let me put social justice warriors into context, because that's really just a new keyword for communist.
Snowflake.
Still a new keyword for communist. They're all commies. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. Actually, I'm not sorry. They're communists. They're trying to ruin my country, and they're telling me that I'm a horrible person because I'm white and that I'm clearly a Nazi racist. And everything that the left stands for today, in my upbringing as a leftist, was told was wrong. And now they're telling me, do it or you're a racist. So they don't make any sense to me, the leftists. I'm not a rightist either, but...
Would you say libertarian? Like by the actual definition of the term libertarian? Because a lot of people, when they hear libertarian, they think leftist. And when you talk to most libertarians, they're like, no.
No,
like
libertarians are more conservative. They're just, look, libertarians are more about the government has a job to do, but it's a very limited job. Mm-hmm. And we don't need to keep pouring all of our money and resources from our communities into the government to provide us with services that should be taken care of locally. That's it sounds heartless, but I have an issue with the whole let's build a little cabin for the homeless people and so that they have a place to come and stay. Well, that's great, but you're just giving the guy a fish. You're not teaching him to fish. And it causes more issues in the long run than it solves. I had another point to go with that, but I rambled and forgot what it was. It'll come to me in a minute.
I'm sure it was going to be about eating either.
No, because most of them are kind of sinewy, and you don't see a lot of fat homeless people. It's rare, and they just wouldn't taste very good, kind of gamey.
I imagine it would be like eating a moss sucker fish, like a bottom feeder fish, I imagine.
No, flounder's good. I love me some halibut.
Oh, no, I was talking about the ones that eat moss, like the sucker fish.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, not like an actual one that feeds on the... You're right, I should have. They have a term, I just can't fucking think of it.
Sucker fish. Why not?
Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it, suck it. What were we talking about? Snowflakes and communism.
Oh, yeah, communists. They're a bunch of communists. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, well...
I told you this would be a serious fucking thing.
If you're offended, suck it. Because I'm an equal opportunity offender. Yeah, no, I just... The current political stance doesn't make sense on really either side. But the libertarians are more, you have a job to do, and it needs to be... Okay, the point I was getting to, the homeless thing, is they want us to give all this money to take care of these social programs and problems and issues. And it's not that they don't need to be taken care of, but here we are as taxpayers sending all of our money to Washington, D.C. We live in California. And then Washington, D.C. says, this is how you should take care of it. Well, maybe that doesn't work for the homeless people in my community. Maybe I should stop saying, and these same people are like, we gotta be kind to the homeless. We need to, build them some cabins and whatnot. But they're the same people who will spit on them when they're downtown and won't give them the time of day. So they have a weird dichotomy in their own minds to begin with. But to not digress too much more, I don't have an issue with helping people in my community if they're willing to accept the help. And I've been to several large cities. I've been through Boston. I've been through Atlanta. I walked the Appalachian Trail and met a lot of homeless people. I've been to Chicago. I've been all through the Midwest. I was in San Diego. I've been all the way up to, all the way up into Alaska. I've met a lot of homeless people. There was a period of time where I was actually homeless myself for, about 6 weeks while I was waiting for some money to come in. And the majority of the people that I ran into and met were out on the streets and homeless because they wanted to be. And they would even tell you, I'm not interested in paying bills. I don't want to get up and go to work. I don't want to be a part of the society. And that's fine. But those kind of people, you say, hey, I got a cabin over here for you to help you pick up your life and get moving. And they're going to take advantage of that every single time, but they're not going to pick up their lives and get moving. There are the few who want to, and usually those are the moms with the kids, and they really want to get out of the situation, and they do everything they can, and and bless them. But there's the other portion that just want to take, and that's what they do.
It's funny you bring that up because when I used to smoke a grip load of weed, I remember we had this spot we would go to. It was over like I guess you call it a crick. And basically we would just sit and we would smoke weed, all of us. And I remember this homeless guy walked up and, we were just like, fuck it. He's homeless. He wants to take a hit. Let's take a hit. So we were talking to him and he was like what you were saying, but he made homelessness seem like a really cool camp out.
Oh, I met a guy in San Diego that told me it was a circuit. He's like, these guys are on a circuit. So I was down in San Diego in March-ish. Not this was decades ago. And so the weather was just starting to get warm in San Diego, and people were just starting to flood in. And this guy was homeless, but would whip out pictures of him at like the Oscars wearing a tuxedo because his brother had connections or whatnot. But he told me that in the spring they'd be in San Diego, and then as the weather started to get warmer, they'd move north to San Francisco. And then as it got even warmer into the middle of the summer, they'd head up to Seattle. And then as summer started to peter out, they'd head east and they'd go to Chicago. And then from Chicago, as it got really cold, they'd head south to go to Miami. And then they'd work their way back from Miami across to New Orleans and then through Texas and then back to San Diego. And so they just would do this circuit. And the guy said, I've been doing it for years. So we just go wherever the weather's warm and, you thumb it to the next place and then you go and you spange and fuck society.
Huh. Wow. If you picked up a homeless person, a homeless chick, let's say you were married, hypothetical, would you let her blow you?
Depends on how many teeth she has.
Good gum job. Sorry, I just had to add some levity to our situation. we were getting pretty political there.
Well, that's what you were asking. You wanted a little seriousness. There you go.
I did, and I didn't. It's weird. I didn't mean for it to be like a serious thing. I just, like I said, I went through some like existential thing.
Sure. I'm still stuck on why can't you swallow when your mouth is open.
So is that a joke or is that just a premise?
That was just a question.
Okay. Because I have, let's see.
I have a couple more. Let's see.
Go for it.
Let's see. Middle-aged, when you're middle-aged and you need a fast car, that's actually a metaphor for the bitch just took all your money, gassed you out, and you better not have left a scratch on her. Right?
I'm trying to think. Like I have,
or when I'm at a restaurant and people are next to me and they're talking really loud, I'd love to get in on their conversation. Just start to, oh, I'm sorry, you were talking loud. I thought I was allowed to get in on this. No? All right, fuck that one. That was no good.
No, it's just that's like when someone's on speaker and they get mad at me for listening. It's like, then take yourself off fucking speakerphone.
This is more of a rant. Crosswalks in San Francisco can lick my asshole. Motherfuckers stammer waiting for the light to just about turn and then they step out in the street.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was pissed. I hate San Francisco. I really do.
You know what cracks me up? Was that just one word? A couple words there?
What's that?
On your thing? Right
Words,
there.
what?
Up, down, up.
Right there?
What is that?
Essence. Too fat. Yeah, that was because I was at the Folsom. I'm
sorry, it's just such a random thing to write.
Well, okay. Let's back it up because that has more to go with it. I was at the Folsom Outlets, and I saw this family of 5, and they were all obese. There was a mom and a dad and 3 kids, and they were grossly obese. And they like walked super speed over to the vending machine that had the M&M's logo on the front.
Yeah.
And they were just having a field day with the vending machine. And my notes were just fat mom feeds fat kids at candy machine. They're in their wild habitat at the outlet mall, and the essence of it is that they're too fat. So it's being worked on.
So if you're an audience member and you see Joron and you think he's texting, no, he's writing jokes about you.
Yes.
No, I think the only I think I remember this. All my jokes have to deal with drugs, and I think that's why some of them really don't land too much. I mean, I'm still pretty proud of the fact I got an applause break for the Dora the Explorer joke. That was my crowning achievement. But like when you're talking, thank God heroin addicts aren't movie critics, because they always nod out when the story gets really good. Like you'll be talking to them and they'll be like, yeah, like let's say it's the 70s and you just saw, what's the one where Darth Vader, you find out he's the dad. Is that Empire?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So a heroin addict would just be like, yeah, and then all of a sudden Darth Vader was like, Luke,
Okay.
And then, fuck you, I'm working on it. But that's, it just, it's like, so were you ever arrested? Yeah, there was this one time me and my friend, we hopped on a train and stole a dog and... Shut up. I think it's funny. And I don't know. Not many people did heroin, so I think that's probably why that one wouldn't work.
I did hear a good heroin joke a few weeks ago. Guy was giving an anecdote about how he got onto the subway, and there was a guy at the back of the subway shooting up, and then went up to the guy and was like, "You can't do that here." And then the hilarity ensued. It was like, "I can't do this here. Well, where can I do it?" And yeah, so
I got you. This is a good thing because I just saw that this whole thing right here is like a true story. And I was watching this thing. It was Penn Jillette from Penn and Teller.
Right.
And he was saying what he thinks to be a good comedian is you have to have no shame, because what he said is what he found before he became famous for being a magician is that the stories that he would tell that were not necessarily embarrassing but were true, he told them better, he delivered them better, but you had to have no shame because they were 100% true. Do you think that...
I have found, and I'm still new at this, but I have found that the material that I write, the closer to the truth it is, the funnier it is.
Okay.
The closer to the truth it is, the more laughs I get. And there's a few things that I'm trying to come up with that are utterly false. For instance, I don't social media. This is an unveiling, so lucky you. I don't do social media. I tried it out once and got into a tiff with what I assumed was a social justice warrior, Snowflake. Because they said something, and I was like, "Yeah, that's cool." And then they're like, "Go fuck yourself."
Mm-hmm.
And
kind of like the person we talked about last episode.
Like I've never tried. Because my dad used to tell me, "Replica of my Jimmy," and happy. That's all right because it's a new joke. And
so basically, you and I are just talking, Brent.
Yeah, you got nothing here.
What the fuck?
Now what'd you do?
No, that was weird. Yeah, I didn't record dick. So it was at 48 minutes and 30 seconds, which is what we're at now. But then it kept going, jumping ahead to 50 minutes. But now it's back at 48:30.
This is going to be the most awesome show ever.
Technically, I was thinking about we don't have to put this one out, technically.
Okay.
Or I could just not promote it. Because I was talking to Danielle, and she made a good point. I was like, oh, we'll do this every Saturday, so every week we'll have one. Like, on Wednesday, there'll be the one with the guest. Then I'll release one next Wednesday, and yada, yada, yada. And she's like, yeah, but then you'll double up. Because if you do it every Saturday, you'll have 2 episodes one Wednesday, so and so. So I was like, oh, that's true. So technically, and since Rob isn't here, we could make it like I could promote the shit out of the next episode, the next Saturday we do.
Oh, I see.
And then just put this one out silently. Does that make sense?
Sure.
What are your thoughts on that?
Hey, man. Whatever.
Because I'm definitely buying an external recorder because this is crap. Which are expensive. You probably know all about external recorders.
I have an MD recorder.
I don't know what that is. MD?
Mini disc.
Oh, shit. I haven't heard from them in a while.
I know.
That's like a laser disc.
Those should have been the thing, man. I like them.
Remember Sega Saturn?
Yeah, I never had the Sega Saturn. I'm familiar with it. Wasn't that just like the Sega Genesis and then you stuck a new piece on the top of it or something?
No, that was the Sega Channel.
Because there was one, I think Sega went through 3, they put out their base model, and then when they upgraded, it wasn't a new model, it was just a plug-in piece that went into the cartridge that had like new chipset in it.
Yeah, I know.
And I think they did that twice on the same unit. So you plugged in a new unit into the old unit, and then the second update was you plugged in another unit into that, and then you plug your games in. So you had this stack of shit for your Sega system.
I think Sega Saturn came out because PlayStation came out, and PlayStation was disc.
Yes.
So Sega Saturn was like, oh, we got to do...
And then they disappeared.
Yeah. Well, technically, I think they're bought because Nintendo releases Sonic games. It still says Sega.
Yeah.
Well, I could be mistaken. So, yeah. So, since I'm not going to plug this, should we plug our social?
My social is none.
Okay.
Well,
I kind of don't want to plug the social because, I'm not going to promote this because it's just going to be eaten up. And that sucked. Audience members, you missed out on a hilarious 2-minute bit. Like, it was great. So great that you need to go see Joron at shows to hear the bit.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I will do a little plugging. I got hosed into doing a shift on Monday, so motherfuckers got me again. But let me see here. The rest of my week is pretty much open, so I'm going to hit...
Are you going to do the Blacktop open mic?
I'll be at Blacktop on Wednesday. I'd like to go to the Comedy Spot on Monday night, and Luna's on Tuesday night, and Blacktop on Wednesday night, and... depending on how Thursday pans out, I could go down to Stab, which I still haven't been to. I'd like to try that. But there's my little secret spot in Placerville.
That's right.
Where they give you as much as 20 minutes.
I know.
At an open mic.
And that would be a place to work material.
And they're great because if I go in and I do a 5-minute set, this place does music. It's an open mic for music. And I just went in and said, hey, will you let us come in and do some comedy? And they're like, fuck yeah. So you can go in and do a 5-minute set, and then they'll put up some musicians, and then they'll ask you to come up and do another 5-minute set. So you can do multiple sets, or you can go up and do a 20-minute set. It's a great venue, and they're not a bunch of other comedians there, so you get more of a genuine audience feel.
Cool.
Yeah, it's nice.
All right,
it's nice.
Nice.
It's my secret spot for now.
Hence why you guys don't know the name, because we want to keep it a secret.
No, it's a good one, and I'll get it out there soon because they actually want me to bring more comedians up. So
yeah, and then hopefully I can start attending more.
So that's my plan for this coming week. Of course, by the time this posts, it'll be Thursday. So
actually, I was probably going to post it today.
Awesome, even better.
Today, well, today maybe tomorrow. I'll probably post it today. Because all I got to do is add the music and then do the doohickey you showed me.
Right.
And then,
yeah. So that's what I would like to do. I'd like to be able to do that every week, every couple of weeks. Get a lot more open mics under my belt and tighten up some material. And hopefully somebody will say, hey, I'd like to showcase you. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's pretty, not to downplay, other people in the comedy, but like Dan started when we started, and he's already on shows regularly.
That's true, but Dan has also had the ability to go out and maintain a nightlife.
That's true.
When you got to get up at 3 a.m. like I had, it makes it a little tough to stay out until midnight and then have to drive home for an hour.
Yeah, just a scotch. All right, well, our Twitter is at @gagonthis_pod. Instagram is at @gagonthispodcast with underscores in between all the words. Facebook is at @gagonthispod. You know, I really should just make Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook all the same.
That'd be
easier.
Yeah. Damn it.
I don't know why I didn't do that.
That's all right. Variety is a spice of life.
Yeah. Huh. And then I'm at Twitter at Big Nick JOH. All right. Next episode will be with Jackie Pearl and the great Nicole Eichenberg over at Blacktop. If you want to go there, go to blacktopcomedy.com because I can't think of the address right now. I should probably write that down. But it's free. You can sit. You can chill. There's a liquor store across the way. You can get drunk there.
That's right.
We just don't suggest you drive. Uber the fuck out of it.
And if you do, make sure you wear your seatbelt because if you spill your beer, it could save you.
And technically, as we pointed out on, I think it was our first or second episode, drinking at stop signs is not drinking and driving.
That's right.
Yeah. Word to the wise. Later.
You gotta fight for your right.